Thank you so much. Firstly, I want to thank you for giving your valuable time to me and allowing me to talk with you. I wanted to introduce you to my audience. Uh, I want my audience to know about you, about your books, about your coming books, and about your work.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can,
Yes.
yeah. You
Good.
can introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm Fizza Hassan. Fizza, right? I'm from Singapore. Um, I've been living and working in Dubai for about 10 years. So when I was in Dubai, I worked as a human resource specialist with a local company in Singapore. I'm based there in Middle East. And working as a human resource is a very challenging work. And living in UAE too, it's a hard way actually. It's not really an easy life like many expatriate. We are just a high class labor, to be honest. So we work more hours than the normal local people. However, it's a nice um, it's a good experience for me to meet and work with a different culture: Arabic, Indian, Philippines, Thailand, African, um, European, and many more, which is good. Um, yes, so I left my corporate life, and then I drive uh, my focus towards my passion, that is writing. I have been writing since I was a teenager. I'm not a serious writer, but I like to pen down every single things that I see through my diaries on my notebook. So from there, that interests me to indulge into more writing. The more I meet people and the more I read, and I just want to write. So what makes me become a full-time writer now is because I started as a blogger. I write about the life in Dubai, in Singapore, in wherever I go when I travel. So from there, my readers send me an email and inquiries about me. Why don't I start to write a book? So that's where I start to write a book. And my first novel that should I continue or am I
Yeah,
being
yeah.
talking? Yes. So that is where I start um, publish this book called The Living Secret. It's a true story, sentimental, classic middle class family set in the 1970s. So the narrative of this book is Anna, and I do have three different main characters. So it's a three adults living under one roof, um, and none of their families, members, relative, anything knows what is behind this closed door. That is why I call it a living secret. So they are living in this secret for a very long time and until today. So what is interesting about these stories is that there's a lot of pain, betrayal, naiveness, sadness, um, sacrifices, and love. More love and more love. The love start flourish and flourish, flourish. So that is the living secret. Yes. So this is a short story, and the living secret is a short story. So I came out. It was published already in June. Sorry, it was published in June 2019, and it was set at this Singapore bookstore in Time Bookstore. My publisher was a is an Indian. He's a great publisher, CK. So he notified me, and then he has my book published under Damic Publisher. Um, he's the one who guided me about marketing and publish, and renown my name as an author. So, and he told me not to stop there, start writing again, because he find that this story is very interesting. So that is why I came out with my next novel. That's my second novel. It's a series from my first novel, The Living Secret. I have yet to find the exact title for this, but the character will be the same, but I will focus more on the my main character, that is Anna and Mrs. Cora. So it will be a dark, mysterious, sadness, torn, confusion, and a little bit dark and mystery, and it will be interesting. Check it out. Yes.
So you started your life in UAE, Dubai.
Sorry again?
You started your life in Dubai.
Yes.
So you worked in a MNC.
Yes.
Then you thought to become a writer, and you shifted from that industry to writing.
Yes. Yes.
So you said that you wanted to express your thoughts and your emotions and feelings through words using a book.
Sorry again?
You want to express your feelings and your thoughts to the world
Yes.
uh,
My writings, yes.
with your
So,
writings.
yes, I like to write about true stories, those untold stories, and I want to bring this untold story come alive, you know. So where um, we all have our untold story has not been written.
Yeah.
Am I agree? So I want that to be written and documented, and so that the readers will will know what is behind those um, the successful, the sorrowness, the unhappiness, or the happiness of a person, and how a person become a successful. How can a person inspire a person? So this will elevate a readers to to see the world better, and it's also a lesson learned.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you a good observer?
um, can be, yes. I like to sit and watch. I'm a daydreamer. I like to dream, and then when I sit at the cafe, I like to watch people. So from watching of people movement, seeing of people talking, I jotted down, and then from there I got the ideas.
Are you introvert?
Sorry,
Are you introvert?
me,
Yeah.
me in trouble? No, everyone is in trouble, isn't it? You know, now we are in recession, in pandemic situation. The whole world is recession. So I am in trouble moving my
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said that. Are you introvert?
oh,
Introvert.
introvert. Yes, I am introvert and extrovert. Yes. So I have
Okay.
to introvert. Yes, I do like to read. Sometimes I like to be on my own, but at the same time also I like to socialize when I have enough being on my own. So I need to check out. So by checking out, I need to socialize with my friends. So from there, I can refresh my mind again. Yes.
Okay. When you started writing, what kind of responses you got in the beginning?
When I start writing, um, you mean my first novel?
Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, when you came, when you shifted from your job and when you came into writing, when you become a full-time writer.
Oh, it's so much better. Trust me, it's so much better. I have this clarity. I have this freedom. Um, I don't. I don't have to focus. You see, I'm working as a human resource. I'm more prone to people surrounding me, so they look at me um, as a role model. So when I'm alone, when I'm writing, I'm being myself. So I start looking at people and I want. It's different when you are human resource. You've been watched closely every single move. But when I'm a writer, I'm watching them now. Like I'm watching you.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is an interesting part as a writer. So there's a lot of freedom, a lot of clarity, a lot of time, and my mind will never stop thinking how I can curate this world, and so that people can start um, listening and listening to my words. It takes time. I'm a new writer. To be honest, yeah, I'm not. So I have many things to learn. So yes,
Okay.
through socialize, social media. So that's helps.
So living, the living secret. Sorry, the living secret is a real story or a fictional story?
It's a true story. It's
True
from
story.
my friend when she started sharing these stories. So um, I asked her permission. Can I write these stories? Then she said yes. Why not?
Okay. So you used your friend name in the book.
Yes. And it's, you know, we are Asian. We still have our conservative. We are not as liberal as um, Western. Agree?
Yeah.
So that is why I want to write these stories. It's very rare for a family, a conservative family, having such a beautiful um, love stories. Yes, and they're living in this life until today. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes. So
how?
I will just watch for my second novel, and then you will have more in depth about the stories. Yes. Stay tuned.
Nice. So and uh, what is your experience in you lived in UAE for 10 years? What you have learned and what you have seen with your eyes?
I've seen many things, many things. I see the good things and I also see the bad things. Uh, the good things is I meet new people from all walks of life. Um, I'm talking about myself as an expat living and working in UAE. Stop. There's a blog that I wrote on my. I wrote it some time ago about expat expatriate living a beautiful life. So we as a expatriate, we must know our limit. What is your fundamental? What is your focus? What do you want to achieve when you choose the place where you want to work? So stop living as what other people will want to live. You should live what you are afford to do and what you can do and cannot do. So I do wrote a blog about that. So there is a sadness, and then there is a lot of lies between when I live in UAE. The bad things about living in UAE is that it's a rich country. You, I have to start comparing life in Singapore and UAE, because life in Singapore, our working life is very fast paced. So we always on the move. So life in UAE a little bit slower in terms that the decision that we're going to make. So that is the tough part where I'm struggle. So I have to keep up the pace, adapting the pace there, and stop comparing with my life in Singapore. So I am adaptable now. I'm kind of like living my life in Dubai rather than living my life in Singapore now. So it's funny, isn't it? So I can be a Dubaian rather than a Singaporean. Yeah.
So, what is the major difference that you observed in both the places?
Sorry again.
What is the major difference that you observed in both the places, in Dubai and in Singapore? The major difference.
Major difference. Obviously, is the city is lots bigger than Singapore. What I see in Dubai and Singapore is a copy and paste of a Singapore, but Dubai is in a bigger version. So definitely, Singapore is a small city and Dubai is a bigger city. The culture that you cannot get what you've gotten in Singapore. In Singapore, we celebrate every festival, every culture festival, and we have four different languages. That is English, Malay, Mandarin, and Tamil Nadu. Whereas in Dubai, we only have two languages, Arab and English. So that is the difference.
So, you know Arab.
Sorry?
You know Arab language. You know
Arabic?
the both. Yeah, Arabic.
Arabic, yes. Shui shui, yes.
Okay.
Shui shui mean little little. Like
How
I should
many?
say Sabah al khair mean good morning in Arabic. And Ana is me. My name is Fizza Hassan. A little bit in terms of conversation. Okay.
How many languages do you know?
Me,
Yeah.
my mother tongue is Malay. I can understand Indonesia. I speak English. I can understand Mandarin and also Arabic.
Okay.
And my father, yeah, Indian.
Your father is Indian.
Yes,
Okay.
but I don't speak.
Okay. So, what is your experience in Singapore? How many years uh, you spent in Singapore?
In Singapore, um, half of my decade, I think. I don't work much in Singapore, but I work a lot in Dubai. So my working life is more in Dubai than in Singapore. So I should say that, yeah, I'm more, as I say, I'm more towards a Dubaian than Singaporean. Yeah, so I spend my and consider half of my life in Dubai than in Singapore.
Okay. So, Fizza Right magazine.
Yes, that is my pen name.
Okay. Can you tell about this?
Sorry again,
Can you tell about this?
my pen name.
No. Yeah. This is Fizza Right magazine.
Oh, Fizza Right magazine.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Where should I start? I again, I have this idea when I sit in Dubai. Um, Before I start publish my novel, so I always wanted to have e-magazine, a digital magazine on my own, but I don't know where to start. So eventually, when I moved back to Singapore, that is in October 2009. So that is all started. My my friend and my sister, they have this management event that's going on, and then they have asked me whether I can um, conduct an interviews and write up about um, the ladies in Singapore. That is about um, um, it's a crown. They have this title for a pageant in Singapore. So that's where I started. I start to curate the questionnaire, interview the girls, how they started, and what drive them to join this pageant. So from there, I started this magazine. So it will be a good fit. I can do a newsletter and use my inspiration and drive these women with my words and motivate them to go for their dreams. So you know, being a woman is hard. Sometimes we need a little bit of a push to drive us to be there. We know what we want, but we afraid to step up. So that drive me to start this Fizza magazine is to elevate the woman confidence. Um, I want to, yes, I want to um, collect these women voices and um, share it with my readers and audience that these women are fantastic. They are phenomenal. They just they just need to have that a push where they can uh, be confident again. So what these women don't have right now is the confidence. They they can do anything, but their confidence level is um, very little. So that is the reason. But again, Fizza right, I'm less active with Fizza right these days because of the pandemic. So all the event has been cancelled this year. So I didn't do much. So unfortunately, I channel my uh, attention to my second novel.
So, so you build confidence in the woman who feel less or who
Yes,
are
I want to
unable to
build
come out.
confidence. Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
who are unable to come out from their comfort zone.
Yes, from their comfort zone. Yes, correct.
Okay. So, so you inspire people.
Yes, I try to inspire my words for everyone. Yes. Hope they get inspired.
How many women got affected because of your positive words?
I have many followers, inshallah, especially on my blogs. They do have questions. They approach me, send me a private message about their relationship, about their goals, their dreams. Um, so I'm happy to help them. I'm a good listener, and I try my level best to motivate them and to follow. to keep close with their dreams so that um, they can follow their dreams and be who they want to be, inshallah.
I have a
It's all
question for
about
you.
positivity. Yes.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
You're an author, you're a writer, you inspire people, you
Yes.
make people to think about your thoughts, right? I want to ask a question to you. Is that possible for a human being to be himself if he's living in a social world?
Is there a what?
Is that possible for a human being to be himself if he's living in social world?
What do you mean by that? I don't
I
understand.
mean, can you be yourself if you are living around people? Can you be yourself all the time?
Ah, can I be myself? Oh, the only person I can be myself is right now. I can be myself. I be in my room, read my book. So that is the only time I be myself. In my own cubicle, four walls and a bed. That is the only time I can be myself.
Uh, is that possible for you to be yourself all the time?
Yes, when I'm be around with people, is I do have a group of people that I hang out with, my friends, and I do have another group of people where they needing my positivity, my energy, positivity. So when I'm being with my being myself, then I will be with a group of people that I'm with. There is a group of my Chinese friend that every time uh, I used to, I mean, whenever I came back to Singapore for a holiday, so I always hang out with this group of people, my Chinese friend. They are such great, loving people who they know me, they know how I smile, they know how I talk, they know how I behave, and how childish I can be, and how um, funny I can be, and sometimes I can be grumpy at the same time. So that is who I am. So these are the group of people who know me inside out, and they never judge me. Yes. So yes, I do being myself with this group of people. Yes.
Okay. The second book is a continuation of your first book, The
Yes,
Living
it's a
Secret.
series. Correct. All with the same characters, but more in depth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what you're saying to the world with your book, Living Secretly?
Living secretly. Um, what do you mean by that? You mean how I'm going to tell the world
Yeah. What you're saying actually from with your book?
what I'm saying about?
What you are telling to the world with your book? What you are expressing with your book? Living secretly or live uh, alone or live in between people but be alone? What is that book is about and what you are conveying? What message you are telling to the world?
Um, what I'm trying to say is what I want to portray to the world is that these are a family is set by example. Many things you can learn from this family in terms of moral, in terms of the lovingness, uh, the love, lesson learned to everyday life. Um, yeah, it's more like a lesson to everyday life. And also, I also found out that in this world there are too many temptation going on that couple tend to follow love. Agreed? So in this family, they never fall out of love. Instead, their love is flourish for all the things that in the house. Their love is flourish, so they don't fall out love. But there are a lot of drama going on, dark and mystery. But I want to portray that it's a lesson learned to every day of our life. So we must learn. It's not that a good example, but it's good to hear and see and imagine, envision yourself if you with this family. What will you do? What will you react? How do you feel? So these are the people are feeling right now and still living in this family.
So you're putting so you're putting the reader into your book, and you are making the person who is reading that book to be in that in between those people who are in your
Yes,
book.
correct. Yes.
So you are. Do you think that they'll involve in your book?
I hope I hope they can appreciate it. I hope they can live with them for that moment if they have the opportunity. But I'm not expecting not everybody will want to live in that moment. So I don't want people to judge. I want them to read this book with an open mind.
Okay.
Yes.
So in that book, every character speaks.
Yes. Each of my main character they have their uniqueness, and I think it happens to all the people here in this world. We all have our own unique character, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's how you behave, how you perform in your daily life. So maybe you can adapt my story as a lesson learned, and maybe you can adapt my story as um, just for entertainment, or maybe you can adapt to my story as for just illusion. That's it. So I like my readers to have a freedom. So when you read my book, read with an open mind. Yeah.
How much time you took to write this book?
Sorry again.
How much time you took to write this book?
I've been dwelling in. I mean, I keep on pushing in and pushing back with my scripts. I a lot of um, a lot of research that I've been doing. So I have not complete fully. There are so many things that I need to edit, and I need to uh, sentence it. Um, it's a lot of time for me to capture every character and put them into one book, especially in one chapter. It's not very easy, but I try to uh, make it a simple way where readers can easily read it and not confusing them. You know, this family, they have so many hidden stories. So there are too many which I don't want to put everything in the book. So I will divide this book into different series. So my this second novel is basically I'm focusing only the narrative, the narrator, and another main character. So it's more. of a lost despair mystery and everything. So at least I won't confuse the reader. So, but it's still on the based on the first novel, but I will make it more interesting. So I will break up into different series so that I won't bore the readers.
You didn't set
Definitely,
the
I need more time for that.
you
Yes.
didn't set the exact time that you took to write this book.
Sorry again.
You didn't set the exact time that you took to write this
Exact
book.
time. I cannot say exact time. Sometimes I can write in 1 week or 2 weeks, but sometimes I can take about few months or a year. It's hard to evaluate this book because they have, as I said, that they have many hidden stories, and it's um, it's hard for me to put it together right now. So I'm I'm playing around with the plot. So I need a little bit more time. I've been sitting on this series for a year already, but for this second series, I try to finish out in 3 months' time,
Okay. So
inshallah.
if users want who the people who are watching this video, if they want to read your book, where do they can get this book, this the
Uh,
Living Secret?
um, Definitely will publish it in the Amazon Kindle. Um, Hopefully, by the time I finish this book, this COVID-19 will there will be reduction on the COVID-19, will be better in the coming months, hopefully. So I can do a book tour. We'll see. I have not decided which I want to be published yet, but definitely I want to have a digital and also hard copy. So I haven't decided yet.
When the second book is coming?
Give me another 3 more times.
Three more months. Okay.
3 months, yeah. That is the most. Yeah.
Okay. I love
Yeah.
your smile.
Sorry again.
I love your smile.
Oh, thank you.
So do you have anything to say to my audience?
Um, yes. All I can say here. Um, I don't know what should I say. Oh yeah. I hope I can finish my second series soon, but I anticipate it takes about 3 more months. But um, I hope you enjoy seeing this chat. Um, I'm not much of a talker, but I will try my best to. Um, I don't know what I say. Okay. Anyway, if I just want you to check out my website, fizzaright.com, and look into my short stories and blogging. Hope you enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe it. And just stay tuned on my next novel, inshallah. I hope you enjoy it.
So there are a lot of people, there are a lot of women who watches this video.
Yes.
What kind of words you will say to uh, so that they can get out from their the negative mind state or negative mindset or negative thoughts? Uh, what
You
do you
want me
want to
to
say?
say to the woman or to
Yeah, to the
everybody?
woman, because
Oh, to the woman.
you're good at saying to women who you will help women to come out from their negativity, right?
Yeah. So the woman out there, don't be afraid to shine. Um, don't be afraid. I mean, we are living in a modern world today, and with a lot of gadgets and technology. Get yourself into a social media and start talking. Start. But if you want to start talking, choose the right people to talk. And first, you must know what do you want in your life. Are you are you happy with who you are today? Like for example, if you are a housewife, is this what you want? And if you are a teenager, what do you want to achieve next? And then for a career woman, are you happy with your current job? So these are the things that you need to make a list. And second thing, once you make a list, and then you start to uh, itemize it, which are the things that you don't need, you delete it off and focus on the one that you have on the paper now, and then start to research. But when you do a research, you make sure that you find what you need. So now we have a social media like, but I find that Instagram and Facebook is quite a large audience there. But again, choose the right audience to speak to. There are many woman empowerment group that you can join in and talk to this woman. Maybe can help to build up your confidence again. What the woman lack these days is the confidence, and also the confidence in their beauty and the confidence in their dignity. So there are so many concern about the beauty, and beauty here, beauty there. I know women have this inferiority complex. Try not to look yourself in the mirror too much. You need to look at yourself instead of your outlook. If you are confident with yourself, whatever within you will shine through your face and you will definitely look beautiful. Yes. So don't be afraid of who you are. Shine. Shine. And remember, smile. Yes, that's important.
What do you say about my channel? What do you say about my video series?
Your video series, I have no comment at the moment. Um, it's good that you do a chat with authors, writers. May, maybe you need to chat a little bit more. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Chat a little bit more. How how this person become who they are. What is their good characteristic that you can, you can channel it to your audience, so your audience can see and they can learn from it. So maybe improvise yourself, um, like one of your video that I saw, the bestseller author. Um, I look at it. I mean, it's not much that you talk about her book, isn't it? So maybe as an audience, as for me myself, I want to know more about her book. Where did she get the inspired? Where she get the inspiration of writing that book? And it will be helpful for me. So she get inspired by this and that.
Yeah, definitely. I'll take your suggestion.
Sorry
I'm
again.
incoming. Definitely, I'll take your suggestion and I'll put.
But overall, yours is good. Yeah, I mean, we all have our